makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So if this video looks a little bit different than any other videos that I've done, it's because I changed up my background a little bit. I got a comment the other day and the person said it looks like you're doing a review from a jail cell because I normally have blocks behind me, and it made me laugh, but I was kind of like, okay, I think I need to change it up a little bit just for, you know, just for now. So I did a black backdrop and some lights. Hopefully it looks okay on camera. I also messed around with my camera settings a little bit because I was finding that with the black background I was getting super washed out, so hopefully it looks okay. Definitely let me know your feedback if you like it, if you don't like it, because you know that's one of those things I do more for you guys, is lighting, whatever, even though I'm really not great at it. So anyways, the point of this video, so today we're going to be talking about the Afrique palette from Juvias Place, and I was super excited about this when it launched, and I don't even know what happened. I saw it and I liked it, but I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it, and then I got the notification that it was released, and I was like, I literally bought it in like 2 seconds, and I was like, wait, I just bought it because I love Juvias Place so much and I just can't help myself. So okay, here is what the palette looks like. The packaging, super cute. It is the same size as the Saharan palette, so if you're familiar with that one, they are the same size and the same amount of, I believe, the same amount of product. Juvias Place unfortunately normally does not list their amount of product on the actual packaging. They put it on the cardboard stuff that you throw away. However, this one does have the amount of product, so that's a good sign for the future. But it's definitely, the ones in these palettes are about half the amount of product. For example, as like the bigger palettes, here is the Festival. So this one is, I believe, if it's the same as the Warrior, is 1.12 ounces of product, and this one is 0.63 ounces. So it's less, but I'm okay with it because I just love Juvias Place so much. So here's what the inside looks like. It has super cute pattern on it, and I just love their packaging so much. It is so unique and just perfect for them. And here is the color scheme. So I have to say that immediately when I got it in person, I was kind of shocked by the colors because they look so much more muted than the picture that Juvias Place put out. I feel like that picture was edited a little bit, which, I mean, I'm sure lots of companies do that, but it definitely looked brighter. It looked like there was more contrast, whereas here in person, it definitely looks a lot lighter. Like this yellow, it looks more like almost like a pastel yellow. Even now in the lighting that I'm looking on my camera and like in person, like with the studio light or the ring light, I feel like it looks brighter, but honestly just in natural light it definitely has more of a soft tone to it. I posted a picture on my Instagram. I can throw it right here in case you're curious, and that's how it looks in natural lighting. So it definitely does feel a little bit more muted, but I really like the tones in here. I feel like you could have a lot of fun with it, but you could also keep it very neutral. I feel like there is a gold shade. You guys know I've been ranting about how there's gold in every single palette, but I really like the other colors. I'm always drawn to a yellow, blue, green color scheme, so that's the look that I did today using this. And if you're interested, I will have a 3 looks with 1 palette coming up on Monday, in case you guys want to see how I got this look and 2 other ones. But so that's basically the info for it. I believe that it is $20. If you want to use a affiliate code, there's 2 that I recommend personally. I really like Beauty Cult, which is a combination of ColourPop Cult and Angela Marie Tanner. I think that they're super nice. And then also I think Angelica Nikis, her code is just Angelica, and so I'm definitely going to go back and forth between those 2 as far as whose code I'm going to use. But I really trust their opinions, so I feel good about using their affiliate codes. Just in case you guys are curious, because you can always save 10% off. And in order to get free shipping, I did grab the Warrior palette, which I didn't get right away because I'm not that much into neutrals, but I did want to have it. So if you guys want me to do a video on the Warrior palette, I definitely can do that. So, okay. I am going to go ahead and do swatches and everything of the palette before I give you my final thoughts in the end. So let's just go ahead and hop on into swatches. So, the first row is Cote d'Ivoire, which is a like really pretty cobalt blue. Next is Dakar, which is a nice like kind of burnt orangey shade. Next shade is a really pretty green. It just looks like that, and it is Niger, which I looked up, and it is a country in Africa, but I don't even want to be close to pronouncing the name wrong because I just don't even want to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spell it out every time. And the next one is Togo, which is a really pretty metallic green shade. So there is the first 4 shades. I should probably have a wet wipe, huh? Okay, so now onto the second row. The first shade is Bintu, which is kind of like a darker, really pretty red shade. I'm very excited to use that shade. I think it's definitely my tones. Next is Continue, which is like a deep, kind of like a blackberry type shade. Next is Aya, which is that beautiful yellow. And then last but not least in this row is Cameroon, which is a like burnt mustardy type brown shade. It just looks like that. And then on to the last row. First is Angelique, which is like a pretty highlighter cool tone shade. Kissy, which is a very like light, kind of warm, like rose shade almost. Fifi, which is a really pretty red metallic shade. And then Kofi, which is a super, super metallic gold. So there is all of these shades, and I think that they are super, super beautiful. Bring them just a little closer so you can get a better look. Of course, I have to turn my arm. If my camera's not in the exact same spot, it's because it died. But the last thing I want to do before I get into my final thoughts on the palette is just do some comparisons between the new Afrique palette and the other eyeshadow palettes that Juvias Place has, because I own every single one of them. So in case you're wondering, like, do I need it or not, I just wanted to point out a few shades for you. So the first one I'm going to compare is the Nubian 2, and obviously they both have similar gold shades. I think that's like the first thing that I noticed. And then they both have a mustardy brown, even though the mustardy brown in this one is a little bit more cool toned and this one has a little bit more warmth. So I would say, and then they all both have an orange, but I feel like this orange is a little bit more like dirty than this one. This one's a little bit closer to a true orange. So there's the 2 highlight shades. So the one in Afrique is more like true cool toned, and the one in the Nubian 2 is more of a gold. Here's the orange in the Nubian and the orange in the Afrique. Okay, definitely not swatching as good. Let me do another layer. Actually, those look pretty similar. And then here is the mustard shade in the Nubian and the mustard shade in the Afrique. Last but not least, the gold in the Nubian and the gold in Afrique. Okay, so next is the Magic palette, and I feel like there's 2 shades here that are similar. First off, they both have that gold, and then second, I would say the like lighter warm toned shade. All right, so there is the Afrique gold and the Magic gold. Okay, so here is the brown shade from the Magic palette, and this is the 2 brown shades from the Afrique palette, so not too similar. Next is the Masquerade palette in comparison, and I don't really feel like I see anything super similar here. Obviously they both have a bronze shade, they both have different browns, but I feel like everything else is different enough. Masquerade, and then the red from Afrique, which actually, how do I describe that? There's Masquerade, and there's the Afrique one. I don't know. For some reason it's swatching a little funny. I think it's because I keep wiping my arm with a wet wipe. But the Afrique one is more like an orangey warm tone, and this one has more of like a burgundy undertone. So next is the Douce palette in comparison. And these ones I feel are pretty far off from each other. Alright, so next is the Zulu palette, and actually I was kind of expecting to have more shades I thought were similar here. But the only thing I can think of is swatching the yellow and the orange, but even the yellows are completely different. This is like a pastel true yellow, and this is like a dirty yellow. So I think I'll just do the oranges. So there's from Zulu, and there's from Afrique. So next is the Saharan 2, I believe, yes. And I feel like the only ones sort of similar in here would be the 2 light greens, but this one is more minty, and this is like a deepened green, so I'm not gonna swatch those. And then the 2 red shades, but this is more of a muted red, and this is like a full-on burgundy red. So I feel like Nothing really comparable there either. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised going through this that has not been as many kind of dupes as I would think. So I really do want to swatch these two in comparison with each other because I feel like there's definitely going to be quite a few shades between these two. I feel like they both have gold. They both have a like red metallic shade. They both have like a deeper blue metallic shade and a like warm orange shade and a light taupe shade, which actually those light taupes look so similar if you see them next to each other. Saharan 1 and the Afrique is Saharan 1 and Afrique. These are the exact same formula, like that super ultra metallic shades, but the Saharan 1 is a little bit more like greeny gold. Saharan 1 and Afrique. Ooh, I like the Afrique one a lot better. Here is Saharan 1 and Afrique. Not least the two darkened blue shades. Oh, actually, these are like completely off from each other. Here is Saharan 1 and Afrique. This is the Festival. Here we go. Yeah, no. I don't think anything in here is similar. No, they should be good. Is the Warrior palette, which I just got, and I think is super beautiful. And honestly, they both have a brown shade and a gold shade, several golds. So is the Warrior gold and the Afrique gold. It's a little bit lighter. Actually, the Warrior one has another gold, so I'm going to swatch that one as well. I was kind of just guessing which one would be closest because I have not used the Warrior yet. Yeah, that one still has more of a yellow undertone, but honestly similar. Can I just make a request, Juvias Place? Please, no more golds. I think I've literally swatched like 10 golds. Like there's one in almost every single palette. There is the Warrior brown and the Afrique brown. Hopefully all those comparisons were helpful for y'all because I get requested to do that all the time. I've actually been requested to do it through every single Juvias Place palette, but I want to do it. I just feel like that's a video where I have to like sit down and be ready to watch for like 3 hours because there's so many palettes. Now to the review portion of this video. I really do like the palette. I think it's super nice. If you are familiar with Juvias Place quality, I think it's definitely on par. All the mattes are super blendable. I find that the mattes in Juvias Place palettes normally don't swatch as well, but they always perform super great, and I have 3 different ones through my crease today. Blended super easy. The metallics are beautiful, super soft, super foiled as always. Never like barely ever have fallout with them, never have to spray my brush or anything. They're just amazing. So I think that the formula is definitely an A+. As far as the actual colors go, I don't feel like it's my perfect palette. There's definitely some that I could switch around. I could do without, like I really don't need this gold, or like this light taupey shade, or like I really barely use shades like this dark metallic one, but I like it. It's okay that it's in there. So it's not my favorite color scheme ever, but I really do like the quality, and I just love Juvias Place. And normally I don't use their palettes by themselves. I normally mix them and use them together. So I figured I would just mention really quickly that what I'm most excited about for this palette is pairing it with the Masquerade, because I love the shimmers in this palette. The top 2 rows are so beautiful, but I feel like all the matte shades except for this one burgundy one right here, well, more purple, all of them are like browns, and I feel like I can just see using like the blue and the green and then using like one of the metallic greens in here, and I just feel like it's gonna be so pretty together. So if you're trying to decide whether to buy it or not, I mean, definitely look in your collection, look through the colors. Are they anything super unique? No, but I think all in one place I do like the color scheme, so I do recommend it if it's something you are interested in. So that is everything for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like I said, I will have a 3 looks 1 palette video up using this palette on Monday in case you guys want to see it in action before you purchase it. I'm not sure if it's still in stock or not, or if it was just like a pre-order that I grabbed it from, or if they're going to launch it officially. I'm not sure, but I will try and put all the information down below. And I think that's everything. So I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.